I'm Tony.
I'm Dale.
This is another edition of the Weekly Controversies. And I am joined again this week by the golden one, Rob Gold.
Pleasure for having me, guys. Thank you very much again.
By the man who wants to finish the story just as much as Cody, Mr. Martin O'Mac.
I was supposed to finish my story 3 weeks ago.
Cody was meant to finish his last year. Here we are.
Oh, another year of this shit!
This is the director's cut, Martin.
Not this speculative.
Someone fucking put up the WrestleMania 28 graphics.
It wouldn't be a podcast without someone to argue their points. That's where we have Mr. Carmo.
Well, if you haven't got cancelled already, lads, this might be the week.
There's a bit of spice in this episode, ladies and gentlemen, and that's why Carmo's here tonight.
So, we are off the back of a very exciting Rumble for all the wrong reasons. That's why I said all the wrong reasons. And on top of the Rumble, we have news to go through as well, which is interesting. So, did we go into the fourth and then lead into the news, or?
I think
so. Start
with the first thing first, like go like time wise, like go with the.
And the fourth things first on my list of things is the Women's Rumble. That kicked us off because there was no pre-show.
There was a pre-show. There was no pre-show. Fucking match the.
Yeah, it's still fighting the pre-show like beyond.
That's because we don't have a fucking cruiserweight title anymore.
Yeah,
Pac took away him.
Literally. So, Carmo, would you like to kick off everything? Because your stories are funny.
Do I have to?
Yeah.
Thanks, Martin. Appreciate it.
Martin likes taking off the hosting, so you'll get used to it.
I'm just used to hosting, so like if I do that,
I just hate to be in the background.
I'm not used to being the background character.
So I can start by saying that this year's Royal Rumble was possibly the worst Royal Rumble in the history of Royal Rumbles. And I know there'll be a lot of arguments on that, but the only actual saving grace to that entire Rumble was the women's match. But there's a but onto that there as well. So we got the return of Naomi, number 2. We saw Jordan Grace come out number 5. And then between number 5 to number 28, absolutely fuck all. Genuinely nothing. We got Becky Lynch come out to the ring and everyone's like, hey, it's Becky.
Yeah, but like, if they hadn't given you legends, you'd still be moaning saying, oh, they need the part-time to get the Rumble.
I would not have been moaning. Not at all. I was one of the biggest poppers in 08 when Roddy Piper returned. Didn't care about Cena's return. Roddy Piper returned in 08. That was my biggest pop.
I'm sorry, but 17-year-old me cared about Cena's return.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But it's not even that there was no legends. It's just there was nothing. There was nothing exciting about it. Like Nia Jax came out and she threw around a few people and probably injured majority of them. Maxine Dupree came out and did the same 6 moves and did every one of them badly. And she did every one of them so badly that she doesn't keep doing them. I don't care about saying her name right. The only saving grace about that Rumble.
Picking a poor Maxine.
I hate to be picking on that one person, but it is what it is. The only saving grace about that women's
Rumble is what it is.
Was 28 when Jade Cargill came out, made her debut, and absolutely wreaked havoc because it got the crowd going, it got the Rumble going.
It was the only time the crowd was going.
Say that again?
It was the only time the crowd was going.
Exactly.
Not really, though, Tom, because the start was actually good as well. Because I said this as well at the lads. I thought the start and the end of the women's match was great. The middle chunk of it was very flat, though.
That's what I'm saying between number 5 and 28, nothing.
Yeah.
No,
it was absolutely dead.
Because they were allowed for 5 because Jordan Grace, they were allowed for 28 because Jay Cargill. Other than that, you could have dropped the tongue tack in that ring and interfered it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There'd have been nothing. And then Jay Cargill came out, she had an absolute amazing showing, really, in the Rumble. Liv Morgan came back. Tiffany Stratton, I think, came out number 29. And the finish of the Rumble was actually really, really good.
I felt so bad for it.
So much about that Rumble that was so bad. So bad. And again, like I'll give it the praise. I'm delighted for Bayley. Absolutely delighted. I think she deserves it.
Yeah.
Jade Cargill has been made a star in just one night after eliminating 2 or 3 people, and just the showings that Jade, a bit like Bianca and Becky and stuff like that. Other than that, there was nothing to it. Nothing. And a Royal Rumble should be more. You should be setting up things.
Yeah.
Like Becky Lynch just got eliminated on a win. So I kind of it was like, oh, Becky's gone. Wait, who cares?
Like the Royal Rumble.
Becky's talking about going on and facing Rhea Ripley at Mania. This doesn't happen at Royal Rumbles. You get these sort of setups where people look like monsters. The only good thing I can take from the men's Rumble, which we'll get into in a second, for a couple of minutes, is you had Punk and Cody the final two, and they made both of them look massive. So we knew that Cody obviously won. We knew Cody's going to fight Roman, but they made Punk look like a star so that he could go on and face Seth. Unfortunately, things happen, and that's not going to happen. But that's how you do it. Even in the final of the women's Rumble, I think Tiffany Stratton, Liv Morgan, and Bailey were the last three.
Yeah.
And Bailey kind of came out of there, but neither of the other two did.
No, I think
which is kind of...
Was Jade not in the final three? Was she?
I think Tiffany eliminated Jade, and then it was Tiffany...
Yeah.
Liv.
No, Liv eliminated Jade.
Yeah, and then it... So
it was.
maybe
No, it was in the
Jade,
final
Liv,
two,
and-
wasn't she not? Yes, she was.
Maybe it was Jade,
Liv
Liv,
and
and Bailey. Either way, none of the rest of those women, I think, came out of stars. Bar Jade Carter, but that's because she was debuting. And Bailey because she won it.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with the Rumble, because every year you always anticipate, because it's the Royal Rumble, it's one of the ones you always tend to get excited about, and like throughout the night, as I was saying, even through messages and stuff, the whole night felt really, really flat. Like there would seem to be more like sort of atmosphere at the actual watch party in London than there was in that arena that night.
Yeah, I'll give that. I'll give you that.
It was good. It was good.
Wait for you to take over, Tony.
Oh, sorry. I thought Rob was going to go on. That's my bad.
I thought goal was still going.
Listen, we all knew going into the Women's Rumble we wanted one thing. And we knew we didn't get that one thing, it was going to be flat. And it was flat because we didn't get AJ Lee. And that's why I felt so bad for Liv. Because we were all assuming AJ was 30 and Liv came out and she should have got a pop because it was a return. And she was built.
I actually completely forgot that was a rumored thing until you had said, where the fuck was AJ Lee?
So, like, don't get me wrong, I marked the fuck out for Jordan Race. You can see my mark out video, thanks to Hooked on Wrestling, on their Insta page. You'll see me with my hands going like that on the balcony. Oh shit. Like, it was a good... It wasn't the worst Women's Rumble. And like Bailey said it best, we didn't need legends this year. It was a stacked women's roster of present-day women wrestlers. Did some of them flop? Yes. Did some of them hit? Absolutely. They teased Jay Cargill and Bianca for Mania. I assume that's the way they're going with it. Because you have to feature Bianca on Mania at this point if she's the face of your company, which it looks like she is.
No, but here's the thing I will say about the Women's Rumble this year is, especially with the men's one as well, which we'll get onto, about the new stars that are being made. Yeah, we can say that it wasn't the best match. Carmo completely hates the two matches, but you can come out the end of it and go, like, there were stars made. Tiffany Stratton, there's rumours now she's going to Raw. Yeah, Jay Cargill in her first proper WWE match basically looked like $1 million. Literally, like, she is ready to be at a main event match, with a Nia Jax possibly, if it will happen. There's just so many people that you looked at and you said, yeah, these will be in the main event of WrestleMania one day if there was a proper build. So you have to give it that, though. Like, yeah, we all love a return. Like, I honestly thought Sasha Banks was going to return, and that would have flipped Tony off, and I would have loved seeing that reaction. But we didn't. But at the end of the day, for the people that actually were there and showed their talents, that's what I appreciate. Yeah, the match wasn't great. The start and the end were great. The middle chunk wasn't. But at the end of it, I'm happy for the people that actually had a showcase.
But that's kind of the thing. Like, I feel like there wasn't many people that had a showcase. Like, you could have taken a number of people between, as I said, 50 or 5 and 28 in that number slot, taken any one of them out, and you could have thrown in a Victoria. And it's for me, it's not about like a big return or a surprise or anything like that. You could have brought anyone in that match, absolutely anybody. But there was nothing that kept you kind of in tune with it, other than the fact that it was a Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I get your point about Jade and Bianca. Can't wait for it if it happens at Mania. It's going to be epic. Two of probably the powerhouse female wrestlers in wrestling today, worldwide.
Yeah.
Outside of probably Jordan Grace, who we also saw. which again was a very, very cool moment. But
Yeah.
I feel like even if you look back at other years, there was just so much kind of set up. Like I think one of my biggest problems was like the fact that Becky Lynch, who is slated to go on to face Ronda at Mania, just got thrown out in a nonchalantly way, and even in the Rumble didn't do anything. She might have gotten elimination, maybe two. That was it. Try that kind of way. Nia Jax just threw people around effortlessly. There was one stage a woman ran towards her and she just lifted her leg. Like that was all she did. There was nothing to it. Like try that kind of way. That's where my issue is more so than there's no surprises, there's no appearances, there's no this, there's no that. It's just that there was nothing. That's where my issue is.
So just be truthful why you really hate Nia Jax. It's because she
I
eliminated
don't
our
hate Nia
truth.
Jax.
It's because she eliminated our truth, isn't it?
Now,
Absolutely
does
fine.
anybody actually really like Nia Jax? We all had the same reaction when she returned last year.
This is no joke, and I stand by this. I do not like Nia Jax because she takes no accountability. When Nia Jax returned last year, I turned off the Rumble and I went to bed. Not a joke. Not a
She
fucking
does it,
thing.
you're 100% right.
I turned off the Rumble out of anger and went to bed.
I was actually the opposite. I was actually pretty happy to see that she was back.
Yeah.
It was a cool surprise.
Yeah.
But if she had improved, I'd say yes, I'm happy that she's back. But not only did she not improve her skills, they added a fucking bonsai drop as a finisher. This woman can't hit a leg drop without homing on someone. You want to throw a whole 300-pound frame on someone successfully? She nearly caved in Rhea Ripley's double D's and Raw.
Like she in 3 weeks that she returned, not after the Rumble when she actually returned. In those 3 weeks, I think she injured 4 wrestlers.
As well, I just want to say, I'll give flowers to do. She had an amazing match with Becky Lynch on Raw a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that was a good match.
Out of everything else in her career, that's all she has. One good match, the rest were either mid, okay, or she fucking nearly killed a person. So, I like it goes so far to show that even her return was a botch because there was no countdown. Her music just played and she walked out.
I've heard though from people not heard but seen on Twitter that this is arguably the best run of the 2 runs she's had. Like she's actually on a good run. Now I don't care about Nia Jax to be personally honest with you. I couldn't give a toss, but some people are saying she's actually booked right under Triple H when she wasn't with Vince. So I can see that reason.
Yeah,
like she's a believable kind of wrestler now, like she wasn't before. Like I know she injured a lot of fucking women's wrestlers, but she's more believable who she is now than what she was when she was under Vince, you know.
You have to build her as that giant. You have to build her as that powerhouse that no matter who's standing in her way, she's just going to throw you out of it.
Yeah.
Try that kind of way. And I think part of the reason why they did that over the last however long she's back, 2 months or so, maybe 3 months, to build her up, is to get her ready for this Rumble spot so that they can make Jay Cargill look like a star.
Yeah.
Because she did. In 90 seconds that Jay Cargill was in the Rumble, everyone was like, wow, she's a megastar.
So that's what they're building towards, though, for WrestleMania, is her and Nia.
It seems to be Bianca and Jade more so than Jade and Nia.
Do you really think so?
Nia is literally just a placeholder. Oh, we need Rhea to look really, really strong into Mania. I know, Nia Jax. We need Jay Cargill to look like a beast. I know, Nia Jax. We need Becky Lynch to be like someone who just will not give up, will not die. Nia Jax.
Yeah.
But see, the Becky and Nia thing works because they're using long-term storytelling and that. And that's why I believed that at Mania it was going to be Becky and Nia. But now I believe at Mania it's going to be Becky and Rhea. Because they don't seem to be following up with Nia and Becky since that match on Raw. Yeah. They just let it go under the carpet.
That'll be in the chamber where that'll happen, Tony. I feel like that it'd be Becky and Nia the last two of the chamber, and then Becky will win that.
I think the main event for chamber is going to be Rhea versus Nia, or Rhea versus Nia. I don't think Nia will have anything to do with the chamber.
And just know, you can refund your tickets now. There's still time.
Be a bad when I was allowed to drop $6,000 to go over, but anyway.
Imagine paying all the accommodation, all the flights and all that just for a certain injury to happen and all your dreams to be blown away.
I love that you mentioned the word Nia Jax and botching the one sentence because I had a bird's eye view of one Botchamania.
Oh,
And every
Niall.
time
Can we
Nia
talk
made a
about
mistake,
Niall?
Don't talk
lad
about-
rubbed his hands and licked his lips.
Oh,
He was
he
getting
saw it. Oh my days!
He was like,
I forgot about
lads.
that.
He was like, he was
Yeah.
leaving like, lads, this is gold. I'm sorry for about
Yeah.
3 weeks. Thanks tonight.
No, but yeah, I noticed that as well because when she kept watching in the Rumble match, I was looking down at Botchamania and I was like, oh, he's looking at them dollar signs because she was nervous as hell. Like, listen, it's her first Rumble. I totally get that. But she was just,
Second.
watch. I was just like looking down at him going, oh, he's fucking loving this. He is loving this.
He mentioned took the body slam to the outside of the ring. I thought she broke her leg.
Oh, man. Yeah.
But all in all, the match for me was great because Bailey won. If Bailey hadn't won, I think I'd have been very petty the whole day.
So
I mean, I enjoyed it. I had a few gargles and a few Jaeger bombs, so I enjoyed it.
It was a great, like because Bailey's going to be turned into a super face again. And we can see it coming. There's no two ways about it. We can see it coming. The fans were behind, and the fans. There's a beautiful picture of every member of that audience pointing to the side with Bailey.
Yeah,
because
seeing that picture actually.
Rumble, and for the first time in God knows how long, the person that deserved the Rumble won the Rumble.
Yeah.
100% true.
But I will say, I agree with Carmo in the sense of, yeah, it wasn't special. The fucking Jordan Grace part had me popping for fucking days.
I was like a little girl.
But I will say, placement-wise of people, it was booked terribly. And because, as Carmo said, you got to 5 and you had to wait all the way for Jade Cargill. But at the same time, why take away spots from the active people to give to a legend or someone like that? Because that's the one thing we've been complaining about for years. Do you know? I know, Carmo, you haven't. You love fucking legends returning and shit. But I'm the one of the people that I'm like...
Anybody go onto YouTube and you'll type in Rumble moments, you'll only ever watch surprise returns. You'll never watch a Rey Mysterio entrance in 07. You just won't do it.
But, Tony.
So, I get to quote Carmo because Carmo said something and it's now sticking with me as the most truest statement ever. He said, in an event we have a Rumble, nobody cares about any other matches other than the Rumble. And that couldn't be truer for this card because the longest reigning champion of the modern era was fucked onto the second match of the night, the fatal 4-way for the world title. And nobody gave a fuck. We were all going getting points and having a piss.
To be fair, it was a put on match and there was no build up really. There wasn't a long enough build.
I agree with the critique of it. It started off really good. The story was being told really well. Thank God AJ didn't break his neck. I thought AJ was a good idea. I thought he slipped and really got hurt.
Stop.
I cringed. It was about 25-minute match or so, maybe 30.
About 30 minutes.
And I think it would have been the perfect match to keep elevating the Reign to Mania for Reigns. The only thing for me that ruined it, and it was unnecessary, was Solo.
Yeah. Don't need Solo.
It was unnecessary. He didn't need Solo.
No.
Do you know what? It didn't actually bother me because he didn't really play a major part in the match. I know he broke up the pin, but he got taken out straight away after. He went through the barricade, and that was it. We didn't see Solo until the match was over. My problem with that match is when AJ hit, it was either the phenomenal forearm or he hit a 450 and he went for that stack pin and they all kicked out at 2. After that, the match was shit. Nothing happened. You just knew that Reigns was going over. It was slow paced. Nothing really happened.
Yeah, no, slow paced.
Roman hit the spear and you knew it was done. There was just nothing to it.
And then it was another match shrouded in rumours because everyone was like, oh, Willie, is he going to come out and set up Mania? Is he going to screw Reigns? Which I didn't think was going to happen anyway. I thought Reigns was going to win either not cleanly or cleanly. I never had it. Secondly, I thought The Rock was going to show up and have any part to play with it.
I think for the fact that it deserves to be Cody Roman at Mania, I leave the Rock thing alone. Leave that till next year or leave it for 10 years if you want. I don't really
It looks
care.
like that's the route they're going with it. It does look like that's the route they're going with it. It looks like they're going John Cena, where it's going to be a year build-up.
But that's what you want. You want that storyline, do you know, that kind of way? Where even if Roman comes out on the night after, the Raw after Mania, cuts a promo, I've lost all my titles, I'm down to 0.
I'll happily take that.
Do you know, that kind of way? Rock comes out and he goes, me and you, Mania.
It'll be a sad day for me whenever that happens.
But you'll be the only one we
I'll
can
be the only one,
go.
so that's the only thing. That's the only good thing that'll come of that. That I'll be the only one, and he can shove off.
He can go to wherever he goes to.
Yeah. He can come to OTT in September, and in the Lisburn show type of thing, and that he can come there and he can see me if he wants.
You're going to see Rob walking around in Cody Rhodes jackets now.
Cody Phelps everywhere.
Himself the Irish Nightmare.
Go on a sidebar here for a second, because we are all about news as well. We all know The Rock is now part of the board of TKO.
Yes.
Yeah. So does anybody find it hilarious that the first active thing he did was make his daughter the general manager of NXT?
I mean, wouldn't you? Helping out the family?
Because she can't wrestle, so I was like, she needs to stay around.
Like,
put her general
manager. What does that say about the rest of the locker room if the 19, 20-year-old David is general manager?
Step the fuck up.
The only argument on that too is look what Vince did with Stephanie and Shane around the late 90s.
What do you mean? That theme song is amazing.
I'm praying that Stephanie comes back on as a tiny figure now that Vince is gone.
She could come back to the company as an on-screen talent. I don't know.
That was my surprise pick for the Rumble was Stephanie to be in the Rumble, and didn't happen honestly. But
I think I said it on the podcast that we did actually. Yeah,
I think she'd have got a massive pop as well if I knew.
Huge. Imagine she living out of Nia Jax, man. The place would have erupted.
Again, we move on to a match that just nobody seemed to care about because Rumbles, but it was actually probably my favourite match of the night. Kevin Owens and Logan Paul. It was just it had everything.
I was buckled at that point.
The good guy versus the bad guy. The bad guy played really well by Logan Paul. Back and forth. I hate Logan Paul, but I love Logan Paul. Kevin Owens can't go out wrong in my eyes because he just works so well with everyone. And I was like, how are they going to end him? Where are they going to go with this? And they introduced the brass nuts. And I'm like, oh, here we go. Logan Paul's going to knock him out. Then Kevin got them, knocked out Logan. And I'm there jumping up and down thinking he's going to win it. And referees like 1, 2, stop season nuts. I'm like, oh, you bastards. And then it couldn't have ended any better. It couldn't have been picked to end any better than it did because it helps keep the story going. It keeps it fresh. We haven't really got to decide the winner or loser. Yes, Logan Paul won by DQ, and he will use that to further his ego, his heel ego, which is also good. But I just, loved it. It was just probably the best match of the night, and I'll probably get hate for that off our followers.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was overly good. I think the reason why I didn't think it was that good was because when you look at on paper, essentially, when you look at Logan Paul, Kevin Owens, we've seen what Logan Paul can do in the last, I think it's 3 years come Mania that he's been there, and we know what Kevin Owens can do. They should have put on a star-studded match. A match that, like, we're literally spending this entire podcast talking about, forgetting about the Rumbles. They should put on that match. My only hope is they bring it to Mania and just let them go. Let them do what they absolutely can.
I was like, they're not going to do anything big, massive at the Rumble because nobody's going to be talking about the Rumble. Everyone's going to be talking about Bayley and Cody if you bring up the Rumble, or possibly an interview which we'll get into when we get to the men's side of things. But for what it was, on the card it was on, we had to follow a women's Rumble, a Fatal 4-Way Championship match, and they had to follow that and keep the audience. And I know it didn't keep all of the audience, but it kept some of the audience vested. Like, you can't tell me as a wrestling fan, you didn't think for those split seconds that Kevin Owens was going to walk out with the title.
Convinced. Absolutely convinced.
Now, I want to say as well, I thought that ending was fucking brilliant because it was never done before.
I caught the ending.
I thought it was because it was never done before. Yeah, we've seen it get hit with the brass knucks and then hide it, and then it's like, oh yeah, why don't you see that? Or go to hit him, get caught, and at that point it's called off. But just the fact it was for that split second, you thought you got away with it, and the referee goes, "What's that?" Do you know? I thought that because it's never been done before. I thought that was fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, right, that because of that result now of Logan winning by disqualification is going to be leading him as champion to Mania and Kevin Owens still in the picture. I was thinking like Logan was going to retain that night and then there'd be a program with LA Knight. But now I have a good feeling that it's gonna be a multi-man match for that title. It's gonna be
Like a
more
ladder
than just
match,
a
maybe,
trade.
like they used to.
Ladder match.
I think a ladder match needs to happen because I think it'd
They
be
are
one of them
celebrating
shows you have
40 years of
matches.
Mania, so
The only thing about having a ladder match at Mania is you got Money in the Bank in a couple of months' time after that type of thing. It might be too soon for
Couldn't
that.
make a difference because you're making it for the US title.
Yeah.
Well, then,
Mhm.
what if it's not a ladder match in the sense they're celebrating 40 years of Mania? What if it's a fatal 4-way TLC match?
Yeah, I would take that. Hands down, take that.
It's gonna be the Battle Royal, isn't it, for its 10-year anniversary?
Can I make a small thing that's actually kind of going slightly off topic? Martin's going to hate me here for this. How the fuck does Austin Theory go from beating John Cena at WrestleMania last year to having fuck all the WrestleMania?
I don't hate you for it. I agree. What the
Yes,
fuck
no,
are
I
they
agree.
doing?
I agree. He was shit hot leaving Mania last year, and they've done nothing with him since.
Yeah.
That man went from fucking being on Raw, being in stories and doing shit, to going to SmackDown and doing fuck all. Fair enough, I love the pairing with Grayson Waller. It can work so fucking well. But fucking do something with the man. He had mega heat on him for how
Plus,
long?
They're not elevating his character. Like I see, he wasn't a great run from Survivor Series to fucking WrestleMania. He was, but he hasn't elevated his fucking character. And he even gave John Cena a script going, "Oh yeah, bury his character," and then what's he done ever since then? So it's like, in my opinion, just turn him face. I think he's better as a face than a heel. Like he's doing well with Grayson Waller and stuff. But I
they
would
give
have
him the
liked
chance, he's a good
to
heel.
see where he goes as a
Especially
face.
with someone like Grayson Waller, he should be a good heel. They should be able to work really well together. But they seem to forget Grayson Waller as Australian. And they're pushing Rhea to this Australian card, but not Grayson Waller, who I think should have a spot on that card. Because I think the probably getting picked doing a Water Effect show. Having a tag title match, even if it's a throwaway match, would be unbelievable.
I mean, they really don't care who's from where, because the day they announced the fucking show, Emma was like, "Oh my god, a show in my home. I hope I'm on the card." Next day,
Released.
No.
Well then,
No. 20 minutes later.
Was it 20 minutes later?
Yeah,
It was like
20
an
minutes
hour.
later.
It was like 20 minutes to an hour later.
Oh, guess I'm not going to be on that show. So, I don't know. Look, it is what it is. I'm not gonna keep crying about Theory. Not on here, anyways. That's what Retro Rum is for. That's where I go rant. That's where Carmo lets me rant.
Then we move on to the main event of our 4-match extravaganza. 4 matches on the second biggest pay-per-view of the year. The fuck's that about?
I mean, it was
Anyway.
still the longest it went as long as it would normally. We're
Yeah.
fucking-
Was it over 4
Some
hours,
parts
actually?
was like watching paint
I
dry.
remember.
it went from like 1 a.m. to like 5. I think I went to bed like half 5.
About 4
Yes.
hours? Jesus.
We enter into the men's Royal Rumble next, which we didn't know who one or two was for once, which some kind of a surprise element, I guess. Then we knew who one or two would be as soon as main event music hit. We knew the users are going to take center stage for however long they want to take it for. I don't know how long did the users last? One lasted to the finals, and the other lasted
About
maybe to
halfway
the 6th
through,
or 7th grade.
maybe just
They
like the
lasted
last.
quite a while.
Yeah, they went quite a while.
Jimmy went out about halfway up. We were number 8.
But as we know, they use the men's rumble now and the women's rumble in recent years to elevate stories to Mania. So it was only fitting that the users there, because we know we're getting a tribal warfare match at Mania between the users. So I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
I'd say it'd be a great match.
I thought that was fucking brilliant. And like, I was one dumb person. It's like, oh yeah, Jey Uso. And I was like, oh my god, imagine they put Jimmy next, because he wasn't exactly happy with his number. And this theme song hit. I went fucking crazy. I was like, oh my god, 10 out of 10 booking. Whoever fucking booked that to be 1 and 2, give him a fucking raise.
I went crazy because you got to hear the best team song of WWE at the moment with Jimmy Uso's.
Yeah.
You're the only person who's like agreed with me. Jimmy Uso's theme is better than fucking Jay's.
Oh yeah, it's far better. Far better.
Jay got shafted in the solo music department. But when tag teams go solo, someone always gets shafted. It was Edge for a short period of time because Christian's music was much better than this.
I don't mind the fact, alright, that he's kept the same theme song. It's that, like, listen to Jimmy's. Jimmy has proper, like, lyrics talking about his character and everything. Jay's one is, I'm gonna get him! I'm gonna get him! Let's go, Oos! It's like, what?
It was like when the Shield broke up and the two of them got different music. But like, I wonder what Range's music is going to be. And he walked out.
The one thing I like as well, because I listened to fucking Jimmy's one, is it actually has traces of Roman's theme. It has that. I can't remember what fucking note it is, but it's like the towards the middle of Roman's theme song. So you have that thing of, oh, this guy is trying to think he's fucking Roman Reigns. He's trying to be the tribal chief.
I interrupt this.
I'm sorry, this guy is trying to be Roman Reigns. He thinks he's the tribal chief.
Now, I might be the only person here with this to say, and I don't care if I am, but number 3 should have been Solo.
Oh,
Number 3 should have been Solo. They put him in the wrong spot on the card and didn't even put him in the Rumble when he should have been in it.
What were you going to say, Carmo?
I was going to say I interrupted the scheduled podcast to tell you that Liverpool are 1-0 up against Chelsea.
thanks very much.
As well as that, I was going to make my point on Jimmy and Jay. So Jimmy and Jay opening the show, great, cool. Why in God's name didn't one eliminate the other?
Yeah,
I thought that was going to happen.
It was Braun
It
Breaker.
just felt pointless after that. Jimmy got eliminated by God knows who.
Braun.
In what felt pointless.
Braun, yeah.
Why not give it to Jay?
Yeah.
Or have Jimmy eliminate Jay? One or the other. Yeah. It further builds your Mania match.
Yeah. See, this is why I wish Solo Sikoa had been in the Rumble and he could have actually eliminated both of those, forming some sort of more of a story plot involving them 3 as well. Because obviously you're taking, like, obviously it's going to be Jay against Jimmy, obviously at WrestleMania. But if you throw a solo angle into that before WrestleMania, again, just to make things interesting and sort of spice it up a bit rather than just have it the same old, every type of time they're coming out.
Yeah. That's fair. But then we got number 3, Grayson Waller, who came out and cut whatever promo that was.
Yeah, poor Grayson. Comes out, does whatever he does, and then just gets fucked out.
But then number 4 was the return of El
Idolo. Tranquilo, Andrade is back.
By the way, I would say that was great.
Mm-hmm.
He's a boss.
He was he was really good. It was good, really good to see him back.
Yeah.
It's pity he got no pop.
No,
He
didn't. But did anybody catch the little tease on Raw?
Yeah.
He told Nick to tell Zelina he said hello.
Yeah, I see that.
I'm telling you, put that man back with Zelina Vega. Let him do it.
Actually, I was going to say, lads. Yeah, is it me or does it make sense if he's on SmackDown? I don't know why.
No, I would hate that. Do you know why? Because it's literally looking at it like, all these Latin guys are in one big warfare.
You had the LWO on SmackDown, so it made sense to put Andrade on Raw.
Because then it's just like, well, like, which side are you on? Are you LW or are you Legado? Andrade.
Me not speak it to English, me speak in trouble. I don't think he's.
But as well, like, then, like, if Walter drops the IC title, I'd like Andrade to take it next.
I was just going to say that. If they can't get Brock, Andrade going there, it'll be match of the night on any card. I don't care who wants me to argue to the opposite. It would be fire.
Do you know what I would say instead? Put Gable, Walter, and Mania.
Yes.
I would do that instead.
I think everyone wants that.
Yeah.
Everyone does want that rematch. Gable showed up against Walter from one of the best matches since his days with Jason Jordan.
But
yeah,
to skip on a bit now, obviously we had Punk and fucking Cody coming at some point. I think Cody was first.
Cody was 16 or 15 or 16.
15, yeah.
And then Punk forever the tease was 27, which is the second most popular number in Rumble history nowadays.
But then it's not even only that, it was the date he left WWE, which was 2014, 27th of January 2014, which was like a little good thing as well.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that till you said it. Good catch.
Yeah, literally the 27th of January 2014. I think that's the kind of reason behind of him picking 27.
So obviously we had like well, you can't say they were surprised. I agree with Carmel when it comes to this. They're not surprised. The NXT showcases of Carmelo Hayes and Braun Breaker during the
Braun Breaker was immense.
I want to say this on air. I do not and will never believe that Braun Breaker, Brock Lesnar swapped spots and that Brock Lesnar was to be eliminated by Dom Mysterio. No one ever could convince
No.
me that Dominic Mysterio was the hand-chosen man to eliminate Brock. Never in a million years.
no.
Now, being a wrestling man for as long as I've been, back in 2002, nobody would have believed Maven eliminated Undertaker, but it happened.
And what? Got the shit kicked out of him. Dom didn't get the shit kicked out of
Yeah.
him by Braun.
You could have got some
You
pretty
would have got
good
Chamber.
Story going into that Rumble, though, Tony.
No, I do not believe it. Never ever will I believe that for a fact.
Rob, before you even think about it, don't pick up Maven.
Is he gonna fucking Maven? Oh Jesus Christ!
You would have had, like, if Brock was in it, you would have had Walter defeat, like,
Yeah,
throw
it would have
Walter
been
up and then
Walter.
build that.
Let's build that up. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, that's such horseshit made up. Honest to God.
Can I say that Pat McAfee was the most wasted
Yeah, I
spot
agree.
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
history
Yeah,
of the Royal
I
Rumble?
actually found it funny.
It was.
But that's
it
all
was
it was
pointless.
They'd be the comedy spot. Other than not through the course.
It was so pointless, though.
Yeah, it really was.
I probably found
I
it funny
had this
because I was
argument,
literally
and I was told I was wrong.
buckled.
Because obviously we all watched SmackDown before the Rumble. Was R-Truth number 19?
No,
He
so-
said that.
Do I
Yeah,
have
he
to-
said, does that mean I have to?
And I would
Whatever.
assume it was 19 because he said, oh, does that number mean I have to isolate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at what point does 19 turn to 24?
It's our truth, man.
I felt
love-
sorry for JD, man. I would have liked to see
Oh.
what he'd done in the Rumble.
3 seconds.
So I didn't feel sorry for JD for as much as I did Sami Zayn, because I didn't think it was possible that in 2 Rumbles the 30th spot could silence a whole poxy venue, and it happened. Lightning struck twice because of Rumourgate.
It was so obvious as well.
Can I say this as well? Because I had made so I was doing a live reaction on my Twitch, and my mate was there like, "It's MJF. It's got to be MJF. There's no way it's not MJF." I was like, one, like, why would Max go to WWE being so young and being a mega star in AEW? 2, he has the devil storyline to fucking finish off. Of course, he's not fucking leaving. And 3, when do you ever see a massive fucking surprise thing in a men's rumble the last number of years?
AJ Styles,
When was that? Near 10 years ago.
2015.
Near 10 years ago. The last number of years, it just hasn't happened. Edge would be the last one. Edge would be the last, but that wasn't even someone jumping ship. That was a return.
Yeah.
It's just like the women's rumble is where they do those things because they have the extra space and the extra room for it. The men's rumble, they never do it.
No.
They just, I don't know what it is with the men's one, but it's never like last year, Matt Cardona and whoever else were the big hyped, like, oh, it's going to happen. This year, again with Matt Cardona, but MJF, Okada. I knew none of them were happening because they never do.
Yeah.
True. But listen, we had the Forbidden Door with the women's match, but who would you have likened to seeing the Forbidden Door for the men's match?
Josh Alexander.
Josh Alexander.
He deserved it. If it was going to anybody, Josh Alexander. If not Josh,
Sure.
And I thought it
Moose
was gonna be
probably
Josh.
because he's the world champ.
I was going to say Moose after him.
Do you know what? For that particular Rumble, fucking nobody, because the crowd probably wouldn't have known who they were or popped from either way.
That crowd is atrocious, and if
So-
Florida ever get a wrestling event the size of the Rumble again, Triple H needs to step down as quick as Vince did.
It doesn't
It's
deserve
them,
it anyway.
it's them Americans.
Oh, trust. They don't know how good they fucking...
If they brought a Rumble to the UK, my God.
Yeah. I honestly thought they were teasing a Rumble at Clash of the Castle when they done the countdown clock, because when they had the countdown clock before the show
That
started,
was not a tease.
they took it down. They took it down, right?
Because we were dickheads.
But they took it down. But the boos that it got when it took down, it just showed that how effective that was from them, because everyone was going 10, 9,
Yeah.
right down, and then they took it
Yeah.
off, and it was like,
That's just because
Well-
we're all dickheads. Like, Carmo has your video actually shows them taking it down as well, doesn't it? Or is it just a
think so.
countdown?
I can't
We know
remember.
we're getting some kind of premium live event in England because John Cena's last match is going to be in the O2. He's confirmed as much himself.
No, what do you mean? That's going to be all in. John Cena's all in.
That would be the biggest wrestling story to ever exist.
Oh, but the
At least
biggest-
he'll finish the
Is
story.
AEW now going to be John Cena?
John Cena.
Juan Cena.
Could you imagine though, like John Cena and Will Ospreay all in?
Jesus.
Can you fucking imagine?
John Cena's going to attempt the 450 splash.
First time for everything.
This is where things get heated. I know this is where things are going to get heated. So we're all going to be split as we get towards the final team in the Rumble, which was Punk and Cody. Now, I don't know at what point Punk injured his tricep. I just know what happened. I still have any idea
It
what
was
the
from a
crucifix
spot.
at
I
the rope.
forget who it was from, though.
It was
I
Drew,
don't know. Was
apparently.
it the crucifix at the ropes, or was it before that?
It was Drew hitting the double arm DDT, apparently.
Oh, do you know what? Was it Drew?
Drew was being buried in with the pictures on things. Maybe maybe it's a walk, and maybe he's going to be against Stuart, maybe. And that was the plan the whole time.
He didn't just pray for it; he made it happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
I've never seen a man so happy in X in all my life.
can I ask? Okay, because this is such a massive topic online right now. Punk's performance. Were you happy with it?
I actually think he did all right.
Yeah, I think he did all right. Carmo,
He did all right. I wouldn't say it was spectacular. Like.
Carmo, I'm not gonna ask you.
You can.
Go on.
You can. From when everyone got eliminated and it was just Punk and Cody, I thought they had a phenomenal match between the two of them. I thought it was really, really good, the over and back and kind of the GTSs, the crossroads, the pedigrees, the whole lot. I thought that was really, really good.
Yeah.
So, go, Rob. Sorry, you got anything?
Oh no, it's just saying, like, just agreeing there, because obviously, like, as I say, like, as I say, when obviously they were, a bit gassy type of thing, and then obviously once it got going, as I say, when it was just down to them two type of thing, you could see, like, as I say, like, just, both of them kind of teasing each other, CM Punk more than Cody type of thing in that. But I think, as I say, in the end, CM Punk was just too cocky for his own good, and as I say, the rest is history, and we know what's going to happen now.
Yeah, I was shocked when Cody won it, but in a way, looking back at it, it makes probably sense, because if you had Punk win it, which would have been great, would have been a big pop. He would have been looking at Rollins like Cody was looking at Roman.
Big pop.
But in a way, it would have. Yeah, but it was like you still have this Raw and SmackDown situation where it's like, well, how is he going to fucking get to Roman? So in a way, the right person won, and I don't know why I'm saying that now, but when you look back at it, it just makes sense.
Can I?
And he's never. No one has done it in years. The two in a row.
I cannot believe how long it's taken people to realize that this story is literally just twice in a lifetime. And the amount of people that are just now realizing this is twice in a lifetime is like Cody lost. He lost at Mania. Who was his first person? Who was the first fucking bump in the road? Brock. Who was Cena's first bump in the road? Brock. Who was his next bump in the road? The up-and-coming Dolph Ziggler. Who was Cody's? Dom Mysterio, the up-and-coming Dom Mysterio. It's following the same storyline. The only difference is Cody hasn't been divorced. That is the only difference.
Oh, yes.
Probably not.
Yeah, so that's literally, the story has been exactly the same. And only now people are copping onto it. I put out a tweet about it months ago. And I'm just like, how is this not clipped? But I thought Cody winning, I thought that was the right choice. As Jamie said, it made no sense not to lose because he's on.
Obviously, I want Punk to win. I just don't like
Cody. I want the Punk to win as well.
Cody Rhodes has just been put me face too much for me to enjoy him. He really has.
I don't mind it.
And up until Phil, and I'm gonna refrain to Phil for this. Up until Phil said, "I'm not gonna lose to Dusty's kids," I thought Phil was with him, and as soon as he said that, I was like, "Phil, why? Why would you say that? Why?
If people were to go watch the VOD from the stream I did on my Twitch, like literally he says that, and I just go, he's getting tossed out now. It's literally going to be like sidestep, whoop, off you go, and literally it was that, and I was like, for fuck's sake! If he hadn't said that, everyone would have been shocked.
Yeah.
Now, Rob, you can. I can jump in after you can.
As I interrupt this broadcast and let you know it's 2-0 to Liverpool.
Thanks very much.
That's why Jamie.
Can I just say, I know this is not wrestling related, but Conor Bradley is a you.
Yeah.
Lion from his fourth goal for Liverpool. You can edit this out, Martin, but what a kid.
We'll keep it in.
What a kid. I love this young fella. I'm telling you, he's Northern Irish as well, Rob. You should actually be proud of him.
Mate, I was literally watching the match the other day, 2 assists and then a goal here against Chelsea.
Yeah, I'm literally here saying we need to buy a right back, and yeah, we had a right back there all along.
Yeah.
Rob, you better do.
What a kid! Fair play to the young fella.
Rob, you better do a 40-minute episode on Conor Bradley on your next Golden Nugget podcast.
Yeah, I'll be getting him on just chat about his goal and the 2 assists that he got this week.
I've seen his goal. It was a great finish, the composure on the young fella.
So, just because Carmo's under time limit, I'm going to bring it back. What were we talking about again?
We were talking about the ending of the Rumble.
Say again?
We were talking about the ending of the Rumble.
Yeah, so
Cody deserved it. No one else deserved it. It had to be Cody. Punk was a good, kind of cool 40 minutes of oh, maybe Punk is going to win it. No, it had to be Cody. He has to go finish the story. He has to go beat Roman Reigns. We can fuck off Roman Reigns for a while so we can get rid of him because I'm sick of looking at his fucking... Although we don't see him that often. He shows up once every 6 months. Get Cody the championship. Get him defended it. Have him drop it after 3 months. Have him win it back after 2 months. Don't care. Get that title switched around a couple of times. Get Randy Orton to a 17-time world champion. Don't really care who beats Seth Rollins because we know he's losing at Mania. After that, don't care.
So I have a question. Following the part of the Rumble, and we know Punk was injured. Do we reckon if Punk wasn't injured, that Punk would have won the Rumble, and that was the plan, that they flipped it?
No,
because he was injured.
No, I think he is injured.
He's injured, but that was never the plan. I will say though, Punk versus Rollins is probably more cursed than fucking Martina versus Raven Creed because everybody's just getting hurt.
Yeah, that is more cursed than the WrestleMania 32 build-up. That was horrendous for injuries.
Oh my god, yeah. Now, all the fucking winners of Mania, 31, were just all injured.
No, but 32 as well. Do you not remember Sting, Cena, Rollins, Nikki Bella?
All the major stars that were at the Mania previous going into 32 were just all injured.
I feel like that 32 would be the best WrestleMania of all time.
Love what?
I love that these are all, he had to win because you can't get Reigns on the other way. What do you do if he picks Seth?
He's not picking. Here he picked.
He won't pick Seth.
What do you do?
He hasn't picked Roman. He hasn't picked Roman.
What do you mean he hasn't picked Roman? He literally said, "I pick you. I want you."
And then I'm Raw.
But the story now, he changed his mind.
Then I'm Raw. He told Seth to think about it.
Yeah.
How the fuck? They literally put up the video where he's going, "Roman, I want you."
Yes, he did.
Watch the product,
Martin. His mind. I'm Raw and told Seth to think about it.
Watch the product, Martin. You'll be up to that.
You can't go like that. That's like me fucking going like, do you know what? Yeah, I'll go for that title. A week
do you know what? That's like you going, oh, I'm going to give a break from doing the FiveMarks.
And here I am, exactly.
I feel like they're doing that because they need to keep Seth on TV because he's injured and he can't do anything else. So that's what they're probably going, right, we'll have him going, I want you at WrestleMania. And Cody's like, oh, I'll let you know. Because there's nothing else to do with Rollins.
The thing about it, the twist is, Cody's going to finish his story by taking the championship off Roman Reigns, but then he's also going to continue the story and finish off Seth Rollins and take both titles and leave with both championships.
Imagine he just entered the women's and men's Rumble and both of them. I was like, I'm taking both.
That was going to happen.
He'll take Señor's Money in the Bank, and then he'll take all the tag titles, and then he'll just be, the collector.
It would be the perfect Mania ending for me. And I said this when Theory had the case. Cody wins, gets cashed in on, drops the belt. And then instead of fucking a John Cena storyline, we go into Hard Times property.
Or we get the Heisman Century in the form of Senya Money in the Bank.
I think
who invited this guy?
Me, actually. It was actually, I invited myself. Even Tony can attest to that.
You were saying earlier on, actually, about interferences and stuff with, like, Sikoa at the Rumble and all. I was thinking in my head, what if The Rock was involved in Cody versus Roman?
I think it ruins it.
Really think?
I think it takes away from Cody's moment.
Yeah. I think it could.
I'm not the same when he picked Roman.
The right thing to do would be bring in QT Marshall and maybe a Ricky Starks, who are Cody's boys.
I don't know if they do Ricky Starks.
I'm only using those two as an example. There's definitely
Which, by the way, I love Ricky Starks. I WWE, by the way, I love the
guy. They're Cody's guys. If you want to look at like the Nightmare Family or whatever, John, anyway, they're Cody's teams.
If we're going that route, would you not bring in Cody's brother if the Rocket Squad is going to be getting involved and we have his
Can't.
cousin?
Well, the thing is, here's what I would do. I know what happened last year. I'm gonna make sure this motherfucker's in a fucking hospital so that he's not at WrestleMania. Go kick the shit out
Get
of Solo
Arn
Sikoa.
Anderson and DDP. Boof, boof, boof.
It could happen. It could happen.
Just take out Solo. Get rid of him. Like, he's out of the equation. Put him in the hospital. I mean, like, he's already, like, look the fans have done. He's already, like, got rid of his social media because he's being bullied from old tweets. Asking for
As you do.
No, the thing is, it's not even bad tweets. It's fucking hilarious tweets where it's like, oh, can I have someone's Netflix account? That's literally all the tweets are. It's just they're memeing him.
Did you see that? Like, oh, I hate maths and all that.
Someone did a graphic, mathematics versus Solo Sikoa, Fox this Friday.
So all in all, what did we think of the Rumble?
It was an alright pay-per-view.
Like, are we going to stick with the label that everyone's saying where they call it the worst Royal Rumble in history?
No,
That's my opinion.
Still belong to 2011.
2011? Was that Del Rio?
Shit. I think that's,
Del Rio, that was the 40-man Rumble, yes.
40-man Rumble wasn't bad, you know.
Well, you can fuck off now.
It was actually horrible.
It wasn't.
Do you know what was very close to being the worst Rumble? But I feel like the Triple Threat match and the Rumble somewhat... No, the Rumble didn't. The Triple Threat match saved it. Was 2015. The year that they had Seth, Brock, and Cena. That match saved the entire show.
Yeah.
The year Roman won. So that I would say that's a very close one to being worst one.
Yeah.
True. But I will say to end the Royal Rumble chat, it wasn't the worst, it wasn't the best, but the hype that happened, it was the most underwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah, I think we can say on that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
no, it's
leave it at that.
So
Maybe
I
we can
know
talk
you
about
want to
that.
go on to another topic, Tony, but I really think that topic should be a whole episode in itself.
what topic?
The
News,
news of this week of I want to say family fucking relation. Mine, it's the same last name, but Jesus Christ, we don't own them. So I think that should be a whole episode in itself for next week.
Yeah, you need Emmett for that one.
Yeah, and you need Emmett for that one. Emmett loves that shit.
Great.
So, last thing, how would you actually rate the Rumble out of 10? Carmo.
3.
Okay. Tony.
I won't be as evil as Simon Cowell. I'll give it a 5.
Okay. Jamie.
I'd say a 6.
Rob.
Yeah, but a 5.5, 6. Yeah.
I go 6. I go with 6 out of 10.
You're all fucking lying to yourselves.
That go fuck yourself, dickhead. We're the new rivalry here.
Yeah.
You're wearing the wrong t-shirts now, man.
Huh?
You're wearing the wrong t-shirts now.
I know this realistically should be. I'm gonna get like my face put here where Rob's is.
Burn that fucking t-shirt.
Was that t-shirt a lost bet?
Nah, this was.
It was supposed to be.
It was supposed to be something, but ended up being nothing because whole different story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say it's a story for something else, but realistically, it's perfect here for Weekly Controversies, but we're never getting into it. But I'd say we could probably end it there.
I think we've covered what we needed to cover. We've said what we had to say. Carmo has once again come on and proven he is beyond a shadow of a doubt the biggest prick that's walked the podcast planet.
Yep.
But
I
until
won't even
next
like this
time,
here, by the way. If you actually hear me on the FiveMarks, I'm the nicest guy going.
I'm the dickhead over there somehow.
Yeah, we swap roles there.
the
Everyone knows
my
my views are right.
You know he's a heel when he's supporting the Step Hermanos.
Someone has to.
Man, that's fucking shit.
The rumor has it the Step Hermanos are going to split up, so you know.
No,
Rob, shut your mouth.
Yeah, Rob, you walk and make a wish.
That's a bit too.
No, that's not too far. It's probably on point.
Let's end this one.
Right.
I think we have to because anyway.
Socials.
I've been Tony.
And I've been Jamie. Jamie?
Ah,
Jamie?
What's your social media?
Speak English, Jamie. Woo!
What's your social medias, lads?
Great, James. That's my name.
That's
My name's James. Yeah.
Follow Weekly Controversies _2 on Instagram and Weekly. I think that's all you have. No, and Weekly Controversies on TikTok.
Yeah, so we've got Weekly
Weekly
Controversies on TikTok, Weekly Controversies on Instagram. Don't forget to check out the FiveMarks on YouTube, on Instagram, on Spotify, as well as Weekly Controversies. I have been Jamie.
Hey!
This has been Weekly Controversies. We hope to be with you next Friday. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we are signing off.
We are officially ding, done.